that's the end of the show. We'll go this way. Please come in. Please come in. All of you, whole group, and don't close the door because then we'll lose our eminent translator. Did he see where we went?
Yes.
He's just running around trying to find us. Where have you been? Have you been to the Air Force Museum?
Okay.
Yes, and F13.
F13. You have not been on the Swedish Air Reconnaissance Museum. This is us.
Tiedustelumuseo. Ilmavoimien ilmatiedustelu.
And with that, we also touch the Cold War.
Kylmän sodan tuote.
Because the need for air reconnaissance and intelligence, don't mix up intelligence and intelligent, that's different things, but intelligence, the need for that are roughly the same in peace and in war.
Eli sodan ja rauhan aikana tarvitaan samanlaista tiedustelua ilmasta, eikä pidä sotkea niin kuin älykkyyteen päästä tai tiedustelua.
So this, I call it wing, flotille, was set up in 1941, and there was no, what you call it, long-range aerial reconnaissance before that. The F-13, where you have been, was the Army Corporation wing. So that was hanging out over the cockpit, but long-range aerial reconnaissance, 1941 here.
Eli pitkän kantaman tiedustelua, valvaustiedustelua ja ei pidä sotkea siis F13, joka oli siis hävittäjäyksikkö, joka sitten tietyllä tavalla teki eri juttuja kuin mitä he.
And this room here is from the original building period, 1941. This building here, that part of it, is original 1941. And we have the official safe. It's actually a full room with the armoured safe that kept all the secret documents for this wing is in there in our office. But that's 1941.
Eli tuossa jää sanomatta, että vuonna 1941 kenttä ja rakennus lähdetty tekemään ja tämä on yksi niitä alkuperäisiä rakennuksia. Tämän rakennuksen yhtenä osana on sellainen turvatila, missä on säilytetty näitä hyvin salaisia kuvia ja muita vastaavia. Se on edelleen olemassa ja on osa tätä kiiveistä.
Okay. Now this up here covers the aircraft, but also
No, mutta hän ei ole kameraspesialisti.
a few things though. This guy I love
Tästä hän tykkää.
because it's handheld.
Se on käsinkäyttöinen, käsillä pidettävä.
I'm sorry, quite a few of the pictures taken with that camera came back as blurry.
Niin, ja kuvat oli sitten sen mukaisia, kun se oli käsikäyttöinen.
So they were then fixed.
Ja se iso siinä kamera, mikä oli keskellä, niin se lentokone nähdään kohta tuolla hallissa.
Now this was the reconnaissance wing. So Photo John was one of the legendary camera development personnel here. And this is where he gets his medal from the king.
Ja siellä on kuvatoiminnan kehittäjästä historiaa on saanut kuinkaan mitallinkin.
And we will tie this together. This is the little exhibition from Congo, 1960. The UN forces in Congo wanted air support.
YK halusi ilmatukea ja Kongoon ja Ruotsi tarjosi sitä sitten ilmakuvauskalustolla.
And they got 8 or 9 ground attack flying barrels. And when they were out of targets, 2 reconnaissance flying barrels were brought down with half a interpretation platoon. And this is the proof that the system worked in 1960. Of course, this is the pictures from the Kolwezi 1962 attack, and this is where the Katanga Air Force was taken out. So they attacked the airfield. 30 seconds later, the reconnaissance barrel came, took the result pictures. All the targets were destroyed, all the fake targets have been avoided, and he actually came back with a bullet hole in a camera. But the film cassette was okay, and that's why we still have the pictures.
Eli kuvat tuolla taululla niin on näistä operaatioista, missä hyökkäsivät maaleihin ja osuivat maaleihin ja 30 sekuntia hyökkäyksen jälkeen tuli tunnan ja kuvasi alueen ja yhdellä lennolla niin oli luoti lävistänyt ton kameran, mutta ei ollut osunut tuonne filmikotteloon, näin ollen ne kuvat oli säilynyt ehjänä ja on nyt nähtävillä tuolla seinällä.
And when we look at the classic Saabs, you will see some of these installations. That's the flying barrel. And what you do classically is you take the armament, the guns out, and you build in the cameras. That's how you get a photo reconnaissance aircraft. A bit special is again the Flying Dragon, because it doesn't look like an aircraft. It has its gun in the wing, and that's why you have this camera with a prism to take the vertical photos. But we will see more of the aircraft downstairs.
I translate a bit.
Now this is again a legend. The Viggen 37, Captain Göran Larsson, piloted by, was pursued outside Lapedia by two SO-15s. And he did whatever a reconnaissance pilot should do. Down on the deck, boom, full afterburner. Unfortunately, the Russian pilot suffered target fascination on the way down. So when the Viggen pulled up, the Russian didn't. But he kept going full afterburner because he did not know where the the element 2 in the Russian two-ship element was. So he ran for Sweden. The amount of fuel in a fuel system, the lid on a fuel system floats on the content, on the fuel or the petrol or the oil. It floats on top of it. With this you can now figure out how far from the top the lid is floating, and now you could estimate at least.
I think this group is nobody.
Okay.
Anyways,
Anyways,
other group for size.
15,000 young men made their national service here at F11. And all men in my generation does recognize the blue bed sheets that the greater Swedish army supplied us with. So this is typically how you lived.
Tässä on nyt sitten
And now you have to turn the camera off
varusmies.
because now I'm going to be not fully politically correct. This one you'll have to translate.
Okay.
We are very proud of our invisible exhibit.
Yeah. What do you have? Oh, sorry. I need to see the translate.
We just have the wheel impressions of it. It used to be a generator,
Okay.
but that was operational. So it's now in Ukraine.
So, eli niillä oli tässä voimalaite, mutta se on nyt annettu Ukrainaan. Ja se ei ole enää siinä paikalla.
Yeah, working on it. Thank you. Light switches. Welcome to the 1970s.
Tervetuloa 1970-luvulle.
And could you please just pop in and put the lights on over there?
Laitatko sinne valot jostain katkaisesta?
Sieltä oven vierestä.
Yeah. Thank you. Now we've descended into the 1970s.
Please come over in.
And again, war and peace, when you do reconnaissance, is not too different. This is the mobile briefing station for aerial reconnaissance. So The missions are received in this room. If you're into teleprinters and crypto and that's your department. Good.
Okay,
Orders
so
come.
a little bit,
Yep.
I translate. Eli nyt ollaan siis 70-luvun se suunnittelu. Yksikkö tuonnettiin ne käskyt, mitä tullaan kuvaamaan ja miten, ja ne tuli sen ajan tekniikalla sitten.
70 setup. If you look here, you will see why this is called the circus.
Eli tuolla kuvassa näkyy, että miksi tätä sanottiin sirkukseksi. Siellä on siis pitkäletania laitteita, ajoneuvoja. Eli jokainen ajoneuvo tuo jonkun osan mukana.
And then we're walking here.
Sitten mennään tonne oikealle, kun on nähty se toimistohuone siellä vasemmalla. Joo, haudutaanko me kaikki tänne ainakin melkein?
Because what has now happened is we are at war. This place is empty. F11 has gone to its war bases, and for each unit there was a set of these two trailers. This is the digging system. And this is the order and the briefing and the debriefing trailer. So in that room there sat the most intelligent person, usually a woman, and that was the secretary. She received the orders.
Okei. Eli tuossa valmisteluhuoneessa istui sihteeri, hän oli yleensä nainen ja hän tiesi mikä käsky tulee, mitä tehdään seuraavaksi. Ja tässä huoneessa sitten se tehtävä valmisteltiin ja palattiin myös sitten tehtävän jälkeen tähän niin kuin jälkibriefingiin.
And of course the commanding officer would